Legendary martial artist Bruce Lee said once, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Is it possible to do? What does practicing a single kick 10,000 times even look like? Despite MS, cranky knees, and rusty form, I had to find out. It started with an experimental week of training. What was a routine I could feasibly stick to? How long would this take? What did I want to focus on? Reviewing my horrendous form from a couple of years ago, there was a lot to fix there, so that became my primary goal with this challenge. Alright, so let's set some parameters for this challenge. The first thing is I want to do this on contact with a bag or Bob, of course. And we also want to do both legs. I don't want to be lopsided, so really I've just doubled my challenge. So ultimately 20,000 kicks, 10,000 per each leg. The kick I wanted to practice specifically was the rear leg roundhouse kick. If I varied the kicks, sometimes kicking with the front leg, sometimes with the back, it seemed like that was actually two different kicks, even if both were technically roundhouses. Each kicking day would consist of a warm-up, stretch, and then 150 kicks per leg. So began the journey. It started at the beginning of the summer 2023. Doing 150 kicks per day per leg meant in 67 days, this challenge would be over. Might as well try to bust out 5 sessions per week to expedite the process. That worked for almost a month. But it was time for an infusion, so I had to take a full week off to recover. I got right back at it as soon as I could, though, and this is where I started learning about me, what I can do, what's at the edge, and how much I can push. In an attempt to feel like I was speeding up sessions, I started chaining together sets of kicks. At the beginning, I was doing sets of 20, which is 10 per leg, and then I would stop, catch my breath, and rest a little bit. After 10 weeks, I was finally able to sustain larger sets of kicks, this time 40 kicks per set, or 20 per leg. Once I had recovered from my infusion, I really got going, pushing for sets of 60, 80, 100. In fact, on day 26, I had an uninterrupted session of 280 kicks total. Then I finished it out with 20 head kicks. I was on fire. From then on, I had the confidence to continue to endure larger sets and fewer breaks. Head kicks were the most surprising part of this challenge. From day 3 on, I tried to incorporate a couple of sets of head kicks to break up the monotony. Of course, I couldn't tell where a head kick would be on my heavy bag, but most of the time I made good use of Bob's scowling face. I often used the head kick set as kind of a recovery set, since you simply can't execute as many head kicks as quickly as you can body level kicks. So it ended up kind of being a nice break for me. From the start, they really weren't great kicks, but at least they were up there. I think it's a testament to the splits training that I had tried a few years earlier. A few weeks into the challenge, however, I noticed a sudden drop-off. My head kicks just weren't good at all. They were painful, tight, poorly performed, and every few weeks, maybe I'd have a session with decent head kicks, but good performance just never lasted very long. It was a roller coaster, but a roller coaster that didn't really go very high. This would turn into something completely unexpected, but we'll come back to that. Overall, the kicks were moving along, but the impact on my body started showing little warning signs. I started to have a little bit of lower back soreness, some gnarly bruises on my feet, and some stiffness. But we're not talking high levels of pain here, just enough to notice throughout the day. Until September. That's when my knees got real upset with me.
Knees.
So a couple of days ago I woke up, my knees were absolutely killing me. It's been so great for this whole summer and then this whole challenge even, and all of a sudden my knees hurt so bad. Oh my goodness, so bad. But yeah, I'm seeing that if I warm up really hard, it seems to help the knees stop being so crunchy and painful, but it makes those kicks just hurt so bad. I tried so hard to keep up the pace, but it became a health and safety concern. My training petered off until I could only do about 2 sessions in an entire month. Finally, I did one last session in December. I only had 8 days left to get my 10,000 kicks, but it was too late. Anticipating getting back into the kicks by March, I was hit by yet another setback. Actually, it was more like a chain of setbacks. I had several random health problems that were happening in succession. I was out for March, May. Another infusion came and went. July. It wasn't until July 2024 that I would be able to start again. All right, so the last time I was able to do this was 7 months ago and 4 days. And I think the thing that strikes me the most is that I was able to do head kicks still. And actually I didn't even pull, because I have a problem with pulling back and not actually hitting his head. And I'm surprised that that wasn't a problem for me today. I did 40 head kicks. That's impressive. I was only able to do 3 sets of streaks, so every time you see a line crossing through the check is like a consistent streak. So in this case I was able to do 40 in a row 3 times. Otherwise it was all sets of 20 kicks, basically 10 per side. So that's how it went this first day back at it. I need these 10,000 kicks. MS has robbed me of so many things, including the ability to go and train at a real dojo. My infusions kill half of my immune system to protect me from MS. So that means a lot of isolation and masking in public like it's 2020 all over again. Martial arts has always been a part of me. I've been drawn to it since I was a little kid. It helped me through years of depression in college. It inspired me to search for inner control and peace. It motivated me to get up and move. It's not about the violence for me. It's about showing myself what I can do. I need these 10,000 kicks. I learned a hard lesson from this challenge. I learned what overtraining is. It's that point where you're no longer improving, and usually it actually means going backwards. It's a dangerous state to be in. My body took the punishment for my zeal. Last year, I approached this challenge in completely the wrong way. It was about quantity, not quality. It was about speed of completion, not improvement. This year, it's different. I took a measured, thoughtful approach to my final 8 days. I wasn't allowed to do consecutive days of training, and no more than 3 days in a whole week. The first day back felt like starting over. I was doing my single set of 20 kicks, pausing for breath and rest. I barely made it through the last 3 sets of 40 kicks at the end. Something was vastly different though. Encouraged by my sudden improvement with head kicks, I eagerly added a few more sets of them throughout these next sessions. I had bounced back in a major way. Somehow, after such a long break, I was able to kick my bad habit of pulling on my head kicks. I landed every single head kick I threw since July 2024. My endurance also quickly came back to me. I got so focused, I actually miscounted and did 9 sessions from July to August, meaning that I've officially done more than 10,000 kicks on each leg. My martial arts training is taking over though, because it's not time to celebrate just yet. You're not safe until you're safe, after all, and it's time to test what I've learned over the past year. we set up a few challenges to see just what 10,000 roundhouse kicks has actually done for me. First up is accuracy. Now obviously I've been training on a static target this whole time, so I was surprised that I was even able to hit the tennis ball at some point. The next challenge though is going to be really exciting. Testing my flexibility, strength, and kick height. Alright, we're at about 5'5". So if we look at the cheek, which is usually about where I'm hitting, somewhere around here, that's about 5'1.5" inch. So just below my own height. At 5'5", we're kicking Bob at the same height I've been doing it this whole time. Time to move him up a notch. 5'8.5" inches. This is where I got really nervous, but at 6 feet, I got him. Dang it. Come on. I was so proud of myself for kicking Bob's face at 6 feet tall. Guess what? I can kick a 6 foot tall dude in the jaw. I can kick a 6 foot tall dude in the nuts. There you have it.